Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Soarah, and I am super grateful to have you on my channel. Thanks for clicking on my video and coming into the room to see what's up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you've been subscribed to me, thank you so much. I finally found a name, and I think I'm gonna call you all my roses. I really like how that sounds. What's up, roses, roses, roses? Okay, my little flowers, my flower petals. Okay. No, let me stop. But yeah, if you've been subscribed to me, what's up, roses? Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate you. If you're not subscribed, if you are new here, hello. Thank you for clicking on my video. Thank you for coming to my channel. Okay. And today I want to talk about homelessness. I want to talk about dealing with homelessness. I feel like, you know, in this day and age, it's really hard out here. It's hard out here. We all need help. We all need somebody and something, you know what I'm saying, to come through for us. I want to take a moment to talk about this topic, trigger warning. If you don't want to hear it, you know what I'm saying, you know where the door at. Just click off. You ain't even gotta say nothing. Don't comment, you know what I'm saying? Don't dislike, or you know what I'm saying? Like, just be gone. Just dismiss yourself, okay? Anything else is extra and unwanted and unneeded. Thank you very much. You know what? I wrote down a whole thing that I wanted to say, and for some reason it's not hitting the way that I thought it would, that I intended it to. So I'm gonna let it flow out. I'm gonna say what I need to say and do my thing. You know what I mean? You know, I've been in some tough spots in my life before. I feel like it's important not to judge a book by its cover. I really wholeheartedly feel that shit. Because a lot of people will, especially social media, let me just say that social media will make it seem like you got this, you got that, you know, everything is perfect, blah blah. You fix my posture. But yeah, no, the first thing I wanted to say was never judge a book by its cover. 101, never judge a book by its cover. That's like a basic rule in my book, okay? The reason being is because you don't know what nobody else is going through in their life. You don't know the struggles people go through. You don't know what they're doing. You don't know if they're okay even. How's their mental health? Are they eating? Are they drinking water? Are they malnourished? Or are they taking care of themselves? I feel like instead of people worrying about how much money you got, they should be worrying about, are you okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you need help in extending a hand? And a lot of the times it's not like that during the day. During these days. I kind of just wanted to come on here and kind of tell my little piece of the story. And I've been through a lot, and I have been through homelessness before. And yeah, I say through because I've been through it. Like, there was so many steps like that I had to take for me to get to the point where I'm at now. And even still, now is not where I want to be, but it's a good enough space for me to feel safe and comfortable to talk about this. But when I was going through it, I felt hurt. And let me just read off of, oh my bad, y'all, the camera. Let me just read off of what I had wrote down, because I don't want to sit here and be like like every 2 seconds. But I felt hurt. I felt pain. I felt empathy for, you know, I felt empathetic towards myself and to other people. You know, I wasn't the only one going through it, obviously. I felt sad. I felt like a failure. I felt useless. But I felt hopeful though too. I still had that little piece of hope that I felt like could maybe get me through it. I felt really lost. I did feel a sense of independence though. I felt independent knowing like, really insecure too though. I felt insecure but a little, independent, like damn, I'm really out here on my own, you know what I'm saying? Like I really gotta do this. Like that's when reality hit. And I was like, damn, like ain't nobody gonna hold your hand, bro. Yeah. that's like one of the first things I realized. Ain't nobody gonna hold your hand your whole life. And if they do, they a damn fool. And you are too for accepting that shit, because no. You need to learn how to stand alone. You need to learn how to take care of yourself, protect yourself, feed yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, just nourish your soul and your body. I did feel independent though, because I was like, damn, I've always been independent. I've always been independent. I've always been smart, book smart and street smart. Like, but not as much street smart as I thought until I was really out there, like on my own. And I just felt like I could do this. Like a little part of me felt like I could do it. But yeah, I felt scared, fearful. I was in survival mode. I felt like smart, almost like in a trickster way, like, oh yeah, I could do this, I could do that, you know what I'm saying, just to get like a quick buck or something like that, and as quick as you get it is as quickly as it's gonna go. So it didn't, you know what I'm saying, like it's not that hard. It's not that hard to make the money, but it's hard to keep it. It's definitely harder to keep it. That should be going through your fucking fingers like sand. Yeah, I felt small. I felt fragile. I just felt like I didn't really matter that much. I felt like damn, where the fuck am I in life? And mind you, I was in a whole other town, small ass little town. And this was like 3 hours away from where I grew up. 3 hours away, 4 hours max, from like my city, Yeah, I felt uncomfortable. And I feel uncomfortable right now making this. I'm not gonna go too deep into it. But long story short, well, I might get that deep into it, but not today. Not today. You can stay tuned for another video for that. But long story short, growing up, it was never all of that. It was never perfect. It was never the home that I, wish I lived in. But I am very grateful. That's one thing I could say. I'm very grateful. Because if I didn't go through what I did go through, I wouldn't be where I'm at today, and I wouldn't be who I am today. So anyways, my home life was never really stable. That's what I'm really trying to say here. I ended up, that's what the fuck it felt like whole time. Like I ended up getting shipped out. That's what it felt like. I got shipped away after like a bad breakup with my ex or whatever. So it was like family and then ex, and after me and my ex broke up, that's when I ended up in like 3-4 hours away. To stay with a cousin, that didn't work out, so I was out here. I don't even know what the fuck. So I worked for like a month. I used her address, so I worked for like a month, and then I saved some money. I was planning on using that money for some, I was already saving up for something in particular that I had wanted. But I had to end up using all the money to find somewhere to stay at for a little bit. And the job was seasonal, so that was over with. Yeah, and then time started getting closer and closer to when I had to leave the little motel that I was at. And mind you, I didn't have no car. I had a cat. Yeah, she was my everything. I had a cat. But it was hard, like, moving around with a pet. You know, it's hard moving around with a pet from here and there, because it's like people either don't want pets in their house, or, you know, you got to find certain places that will accept the pet, and then you have to pay an extra fee and like a whole bunch of other stuff. It was just a lot. It was a lot for my mental. I don't even know how to get it in words, bro. It was just a lot. That's how I fucking felt. It felt like so many burdens on my neck, my back, my shoulders. You can see I'm still slouching too. I'm still working on releasing a whole lot, right? You never stop healing. You never stop healing from something, right? But it was just hard. It was just a lot, point blank, period. It was just a lot going on. Your girl had to, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of phone call making. It's a lot of planning, you know, and it's a lot of thought. It's a lot of thought that has to go into, like, damn, where am I gonna sleep at? Where am I gonna go? And then when this is done, when this time is up, then where I'm gonna go, how I'm gonna make money. You know what I'm saying? It's rough. I don't know. Eventually, I had ended up finding a cheaper spot, like a cheaper little motel to go to. It was like another next town over. So I used the little bit of money that I had for a taxi to get to the next town. And then I was doing it day by day, low key, day by day. And things just got hard to where the point where, like, I got suicidal. I didn't want to be there. You know, I called up my mom first. She asked me if I was okay. I told her no. She ended up sending me like $40. And I have found an Airbnb. I think it was like 20-something a night. And I got it for like 2 nights. I had just enough to get it for like a couple nights. And then after that, I called my ex. Okay, so basically, long story short, I was bouncing around, G. I was bouncing around from here to there for a while. This was for like months, probably like 6-7 months. I tried getting in the shelter, couldn't get in the shelter. So I stayed at a hospital. I stayed at like one of the hospitals near me for like 2-3 days. Someone from the hospital had offered me a place to stay for a little bit, so I had did that. That was like a week. And yeah, it was just kind of like a lot of moving around. It was a lot of moving around. And, you know, it's hard to kind of find a job when you don't have an address to go off of. And eventually, my grandfather had ended up opening his doors, thank God. And I wasn't working. I mean, I just kind of said that, but I wasn't working nothing, right? So, but I had a bike. You know what I did? So, like, I was starting to do little deliveries and stuff like that on my bike. And I started in, like, August or September. And it started getting cold. And I'm like, damn. And mind you, I was already applying to jobs. So, like, after I got to my grandfather's house, like, I was real quick. I was on it, like, probably, like, a week or two. Started applying to jobs and stuff like that. Fixed up my resume. And it took a long time. Like, it took a long time for me to find somewhere. Probably, like, a month and a half. It took me, like, a month and a half, 2 months to find a place and to start working. But until that point, I was doing deliveries on my bike, and it got cold, it got in the winter, and I was doing that shit in the snow. In the snow, baby. I smoked cigarettes, I got asthma, so who would have thought, right? Nah, I didn't let nothing stop me, G. I was doing like 40 hours a week on my bike, making money, and I was able to cash out and stuff like that, either the same day or the same week. It would kind of take like a few days to hit the bank account. But that's what I did. Rode my bike, because I was like, either I could sit here and wait on this job for a couple months, what I'm saying? That's too long. Like, I don't have that long. Don't nobody want you in their house that, what I'm saying? Like, and you're not really doing nothing. Like, one thing about hopping from place to place is that it's like you feel a sense of like you gotta prove to people that you're doing something with your life. Whether it doesn't even matter, like as long as you have a job, as long as you're working, that's all that people care about. It's kind of sad, but yeah. I was doing that. I did that for a while. I did that for like 6-7 months, and I did it for like 2-3 months before I got the job. And then even with the job, I was still doing it. Like, I was working like a morning job, and then after that I would do it on my bike at night. So yeah, that's what I did. And then I saved up, did what I could, ended up leaving that, and then I stayed with some acquaintances that I knew. I stayed there for like 3-4 months. And while I actually had lost that job, and so I had to get another job, and then it was like another month or two wait. I'm like, damn, so you just gotta keep holding on. You just gotta keep having faith. You gonna get something. I just had to keep having faith and trusting and believing in God that I would get hired for another job again. And so I did. And then I was there for like another 4 months or something like that. But mind you, this time when I was staying with some acquaintances and stuff that I knew, I was studying to get my license. I never really had the chance to get my license before due to various reasons. I'm not going to go too deep into that either. But I finally had a chance to do that. So I was studying for a long time. And before I was studying, and I actually failed my driver's test like twice. So I think this was like my this was like my third time taking the test in the span of like 2.5 years. So I was really nervous. I just didn't know if I was gonna pass or not. And I just knew that if I didn't pass this test, that shit was just gonna be tough. Like, I don't know when I'm gonna have this chance again. So you really gotta take the chance. Like, when God presents you a chance or that moment, that little sliver, like that doorway, you just gotta take it, you know what I'm saying? And do the work. And so that's what I did. I studied every damn day for that. Y'all, I'm not even slow, G. I went all throughout school in honors and AP fucking classes, G. So why wasn't I able to pass this driver's test? Tell me. It took me 3 times. And when I did pass that test, I passed with flying colors, G. I did not miss nothing. I got 100% on it. I took the driver's, you know what I'm saying, the actual physical. Okay, so what I failed at was the written test. I failed that one. Like, for some reason, like, because I had so much going through my mind, I wasn't able to retain the knowledge. Trying to focus on your studies when you homeless, G, it's kind of hard. Like, you don't really have time or the space in your brain to even have the capacity and shit. So I was finally stable-ish for a couple months. So I was like, okay, well, while I'm waiting on this job, I'm still going to keep studying. And I was able to use a friend's car. Thank God I was able to use a friend's car. Shout out to you. You know who he is. And I took the test and I passed, and I cried that day. I can't even lie. I would have never imagined, like, it took me 2.5 years, G, but I got it though. Yeah, I made it. I passed the test, and you could pass the test too, for real, for real. It ain't easy, but hey, you know. Yeah, so after I passed the test, after I passed the driver's test, I finally got my ID and everything. It came, boop, boop, bop. Yeah, and I was super happy. And I ended up sending the IDs to someone who I was close with, to their address, since I didn't have my own address. And so, yeah, from there, it kind of just, a lot of things just changed. And, you know, there's like levels to life. There's levels to life. And, you know, now I have my car. Now I'm fully self-employed. And it took a while. It took like a whole nother year from that point on, you know. So it's like, when they say there's levels, like there's really levels, and you just have to pass these tests. And sometimes the test is breaking down everything that you know, breaking down your barriers, breaking down your soul, breaking down like, breaking you down. Shit, you can't break no more. And it's not even funny. I'm just saying, like, God will break you until you cannot break no more, honey. He really showed me the way. And I'm not really looking up at nothing. Like, there's like a little tapestry, you know, in front of me. Yeah, this went way south. I was not planning on talking about my side of the story like that. I really just wanted to talk about it in general. So let me just, you know what I'm saying, let me just read what I have here. Yeah, that's kind of like a little bit of my story. It was a lot of bouncing around. It was a lot of trust. It was a lot of faith that I had to have. And you know what I'm saying, and it was the will to not want to give up, to not want to, you know what I'm saying, just kind of end it. Trigger warning. Yeah. I didn't give up. Period. I didn't give up. I didn't give up. I didn't give up. Okay, that's one thing I didn't do, and that's one thing I'm never gonna do. My main reason, no quitter. You know what I'm saying? Giving up is not an option. Like, you just, if you want to get to the other side, you just can't quit, no matter fucking what. You cannot quit. If there's a will, there's a way, and I wholeheartedly believe in that too. If there's a will, there's a way. And when you see that way, you should take that way. You know what I'm saying? When you start thinking outside of the box and shit just start clicking for you, and it's like, oh, okay, well, I could do this, I could do that. It's like, the more risks that you take, the more you gonna fuck around and find out. And for the most part, it'll be good. It'll lead you to where you need to be at. And yeah, it's like, don't be around nobody who gonna make fun of you for going what you're going through. You know, it's tough. It doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter how you look, where you come from. None of that matters. What matters is that you're safe. What matters is that you're eating, you're nourishing your body. And I'm very, very adamant about eating, because that's super important. If you're not eating, then you don't, you know, your mind is not working right. If your mind isn't working right, you're not going to be able to plan right. You're not going to be able to do what you need to do. Okay? And so I just wanted to say that God created us all. We are all one, and we should be treated as one. In all of our divinity, we shall not perish in the eyes of hatred. Instead, we should rise above the brash ocean waves and grays with our hands and our heads held tight. And I wrote this, and it means don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge the person next to you because you don't know what they're going through. And mockery just isn't allowed. It's not accepted. If you trying to mock somebody for them just going through it and kiki and haha and all of that stuff, honey, that's the same people that God will lift up out of the mud. So it's up to you though if you want that. Like if you want that, you have to go for it. And you just need to have the strength, and you need to rise above whatever you think you're drowning from. Because you're not really drowning. You're just drowning in your own thoughts and emotions and feelings and shit. But when you put all of that stuff to the side and you start thinking logically, like, okay, fuck the sob story. Like, what can I do? What do I do? What do I need to do? That's when real shit start clicking for you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to put your emotions in a bag, lock it up, and unpack later because we got work to do. Okay? Strength comes from within, and you could just never give up. You don't got a choice. Every little thing you do matters. It matters. And you should show up for you. You should fight for you. And you should keep believing in you. I think that's important. And if you see a homeless person out on the street, give them $1. You know what I'm saying? Give them 50 cents. Do some, some food, And I'm not talking about no half-eaten food, because don't nobody want that. And, there's levels to everything, like I said. But if you see somebody that just needs a helping hand and you feel inclined to help that person, you probably should. You probably should. I feel like there's a lot of people who want to help or who want to do stuff, but they just don't because they're afraid of being judged by other people. And necessarily it's not about how much you have, because God could take that shit away like that. It's not about what you have. It's about who you are. It's about your heart. And I know God knows my heart. I always had a good heart. I always have a big heart for people. So I was always just blessed, And yeah, let me put this away. I say what I need to say, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's kind of like my little story. I kind of just wanted to talk about it. Let's talk about it. This is a safe space, a safe haven, a safe place. Okay, for you to fully express yourself. And we all go through shit. And it's all temporary. Like, you're not gonna be there your whole life. And a really good way to avoid being there in that spot, in this very spot that you don't want to be in your whole life, you gotta keep going. There's no shortcuts. That's what I had to figure out too. Every time I wanted to take a shortcut, it was like, nah, get put back to square one. There's no shortcuts on this road. On the path to life, the journey to life, there's no shortcuts. So be mindful, be aware of your surroundings. Don't put yourself in iffy, unsafe situations. If you know it's not safe, if your heart, if your body, if your mind is just telling you like, I don't trust it, I shouldn't trust it, then don't trust it. Don't trust it. Go the other way and God will handle you. God will guide you and take care of the rest. And you don't have to lower your standards. That's one thing I had to learn too. I don't have to lower my standards just because I'm unstable. And I know it sounds kind of silly, but it's like a lot of it like being homeless kind of enables a lot of people around you. You're just naturally around a lot of people because you're not at home. You don't have a home to be in. And you don't got to be around everybody, You just don't. Like, and you don't have to take something that somebody's offering just because they're offering it. Hell no. Say no. You don't got to put yourself in unsafe, iffy situations. Sometimes you gotta just do what you gotta do. Take that how you want to take it. You gotta just do what you gotta do. But if you don't have to do it, then don't. Yeah, do it for your mental. Because you never know how long it's gonna fuck you up for, you know. But enough of my rant. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. If you're still here watching this video, thank you so much. I appreciate you. We're done with this little chatty. You know, comment down below. Comment down below. I am here for you. I gave out a lot of gems. A lot of gems. And if you're not retaining the gems, then honey, unblock. Unblock. Clear out. Okay? Heal, and unblock, unblock them parts of your soul that needs to come out. So I hope I worded that right. But yeah, like, share, subscribe if you like the video. Maybe this could help you out. This could help someone else out. You know, take it from a G, okay? Because it's not easy out here, and people will judge you left and right any fucking ways, right? So just do what you gotta do and keep pushing. Keep it pushing, keep moving, keep it going. Y'all have a blessed night. Thank you so much for watching my video once again. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.